The life that you're living today has been manifested from your past self. And you probably didn't even notice how it happened. You're just in it. But with the same natural way of how you manifested unknowingly your life today, we can manifest our future. A completely new reality that has nothing to do with the old story. And in order to do so, we need to work on our self-concept. Now, what do I mean by that? When we were born, we had full potential, like 100% potential of becoming whatever we want, believing whatever we want. Like, it was completely blank page. And once we were born, and once we start to grow up, and once we, hear all of these things and, come in contact with other people, we learn certain beliefs to be true or not. So, for example, money is so hard to make, marriages are difficult, they all end in divorce, it's not meant for everybody, we're not worthy of it, we don't come out of, a family that is rich, or our family is not rich, just things like that. Whatever it is that you're confronted today, it has been manifested from your past, believing these thoughts and building that self-concept of, I'm not this kind of person that has it all. I'm not this kind of person that, attracts money or people easily. I'm not this kind of person that, just lives a happy, easy, effortless life. I'm not that kind of person. That is your reality today. And in the same way you have built this self-concept, you can build your new self-concept. And of course, it is work. It is inner work you need to do. It is you sitting down with a piece of paper and a pen and rewriting your story, rewriting your self-concept. This is the work you need to do. But you need to phrase it exactly how I phrased it, but just the opposite is, I am that kind of woman, or I am that kind of man, or I am the kind of person that does it all. I am the kind of person that is worthy of everything, an abundant life. I am the kind of person that makes money very effortlessly and easy with something that I love to do. I am the kind of person that is happily married. I am the kind of person that has a beautiful picture perfect family. I am the kind of person that lives in their dream house, in their dream mansion. I am the kind of person that has 20 chickens and 3 horses. I don't know, whatever it is, you are the kind of person. And you're starting to build that self-concept. Now, in the beginning, when you do this kind of work, the old story will creep up. The old will fight to stay alive. It is exactly like working against like an addiction or an old habit. Like the old is trying to fight for their lives, like really, really badly. But you need to sit down, you need to be persistent, you need to still keep doing the work until the old story and that part of you kind of disappears. And the new is your new normal. You have to build that new pattern, the new habit of believing that you are this kind of person. Now, when you start working on that, you may find it very, very difficult in the beginning to even come up with these kind of sentences. They will probably feel very, very weird. For some easier, for some not so easy. You can do what I said in my last video, just kind of like take a step back. You can watch it, I will link it down below. But you basically take a step back and you start with asking certain questions, or if that is even too much, you can even take a step even further away and just start looping the words of like love and success, or love and happiness, or health, whatever word is like the category, what would summarize whatever you desire, that word you use, and you loop it over and over again, like 500 times a day, 1,000 times a day, whatever it is, but at least like a lot of times, like minimum 500 times a day, you loop whatever it is over and over and over again. You can download an app where you can actually count how much you loop that, and you will do it over and over and over again until you start to be confident. Like, you need to stabilize yourself in the beginning, and that is totally fine. If you're so stressed right now and you're at a point where you don't know how to start with that and stabilize yourself for a week or 2, and then you can start working on your self-concept, because in that time you start to get a little bit of confidence back, you gain a little bit more of self-love, and you get more perspective, you gain more perspective on what is actually possible. And then you take the next step, and then you take the next step, and you kind of like rebuild everything from ground zero. And you will get through it, but you need to be consistent. You need to be in a state where you're like very, very disciplined with that routine. And that is being created every day, every single day. You wake up first thing in the morning, you loop that, you loop the words, you loop your affirmations. And once you've written down your self-concept, you will read that self-concept, that whatever you, if you have it in your phone or on a piece of paper, you will read that as a story every morning, midday, before you go to bed. And you will start to make new patterns. You will start to believe that this is already true. And then you will also see it in your new life, in the 3D. But that takes a minute. Just think about how long you've been just caught up in that old story with that old beliefs. Like, this needs time to unravel and actually figure out what beliefs are behind my decisions or the way that I live life. Like, what is behind that? That takes the inner work. That is what you need to do, but it is definitely possible. Like, it can happen in a, with a click of your finger. It can happen overnight, but you need to be consistent. You need to stay disciplined. Like, that is key to anything in life. This is just key. And then you will see the changes, because you can have all the desires, like dream life with all the money in the world, that the dream partner, everything. But if you stay in your beliefs here, like, of course my car just broke down when I really don't need it. Of course no one is going to truly love me. Of course every person is going to leave me once they got to know me. As long as these beliefs exist, your desires do not match. Like, it's not going to happen. So we need to kind of like take your desires off the pedestal a little bit and focus on your belief, on yourself again. Like, this energy goes through here, and then we kind of like match the two. So your manifestation is absolutely perfect. You will live and have the perfect life and all the money in the world and your dream partner once you worked and focused on yourself. After some time, of course, it will just match up. Like, of course it does. Of course it's gonna happen. It's you. Who else is gonna have it? Like, if not you, you can do it. You wouldn't watch these kind of videos if you haven't had like this core belief that it is somehow still possible for you. We just have to make it more realistic for you, make it more present for you. Like, we need to really make it present by looping and rewriting your story, working on your self-concept, and then you will be top tier. Like, honestly, if not you, who else? Like, honestly, it's your birthright. Again, when we were born, we had all the potential. It is our birthright to choose to live an abundant life, to choose to believe it is easy to make money, it is easy to keep money, it is easy to multiply money, it is easy to find love, it is easy to be loved, to be adored, to be cared for. It is just easy and normal and the way it should be. That is the reality, and that is our birthright, to believe that. Everything else was given to you as an option, and you took the option because you didn't know better in that time when you were younger. You just didn't know better, but now you do. Now you know better, and you can choose to believe the complete opposite. Like, it is on you to do that now. Like, isn't that great? Like, it is a good news. So whatever you thought before, whatever your old story is, we are just going to ignore it. We are going to ignore it. We are going to ignore the 3D as it is now, and we're going to work on your new self-concept. And once you do the work, it's all going to happen. It's all going to fall in place one day. It's just going to be amazing. It's just going to be awesome. Like that. Like, really like that. Because it is you. So, if you find this video helpful, I hope it did. Sit down now. Do the work. That's really important. Stop doing anything else and do the work so that it will happen for you.